Have you ever been asked a question that just felt off? Not because the words themselves were rude or aggressive, but because of the subtle tension underneath. It's that strange gut feeling, the silent alarm that quietly tells you, something here isn't right. You're not imagining things. That's not paranoia, it's wisdom. A deep, often unspoken awareness that the question isn't born from curiosity, but from control. And in a world where emotional manipulation is more common than honesty, recognizing these kinds of questions isn't just useful, it's essential. It becomes your first line of defense. Welcome to Stoic True Wisdom, where we don't respond to deception with rage or chaos. We respond with clarity, grounded logic, and a mastery of emotion. Today, we're revealing 5 deceptively manipulative questions, ones often used by liars to twist reality, distort your perception, and quietly chip away at your confidence. And most importantly, we'll uncover how to recognize and respond to them with strength and composure. Because as every true Stoic knows, real power isn't loud, it's steady and still. Question 1. Why are you being so dramatic? At first glance, it might seem like a request for explanation. But don't be fooled. This isn't curiosity. It's a strategic deflection. What they're really doing is turning the spotlight away from their behavior and placing it squarely on your reaction. Maybe you caught them in a lie, pointed out a broken promise, or questioned a suspicious omission. Rather than confront the issue honestly, they attack your response. Suddenly, you're painted as unstable, overly sensitive, or unreasonable. Sound familiar? It's a classic manipulation move, reframing the entire moment so they appear as the calm, rational victim, and you become the emotional aggressor. But a Stoic doesn't fall into that trap. We understand, reacting emotionally to emotional manipulation only adds fuel to the fire. Instead of defending yourself or apologizing for your feelings, shift the conversation. With steady composure, ask, this isn't about emotion, it's about your actions. Can you take responsibility or not? Question 2. Do you even trust me? At first, this sounds like a hurt, almost vulnerable question. But in truth, it's often a guilt trip in disguise. Think about the context. You bring up something that doesn't add up, a missing detail, a strange behavior, or an unanswered message. Instead of offering clarity, they flip the entire conversation. Now you are the one being interrogated, not for what you observed, but for your loyalty. This is emotional blackmail masquerading as self-doubt. It's not about rebuilding trust, it's about silencing your voice. Because once you're focused on proving your faith, you're no longer asking the hard questions. But as Epictetus reminds us, if someone shows you their character through action, believe them. Words are secondary. Trust isn't something you ask for. It's something you live by. If someone truly deserves your trust, they won't demand it. They'll demonstrate it consistently, quietly, and without theatrics. Question 3. So, what do you want me to say? This question may sound like confusion, but make no mistake, it's calculated. This is the manipulator's classic escape hatch. When confronted, instead of addressing the issue, they pretend they don't know what to say. But what they're really doing is placing the responsibility on you to fix the moment, to guide the apology, to script the truth, and many fall for it. Out of frustration or fatigue, they offer the words for them. Just say you're sorry, or admit it already. And the manipulator, they'll say it, but it will be hollow. A performance, a temporary balm with no real intention behind it. A Stoic doesn't fall for rehearsed remorse. We value virtue over validation. If someone must be told how to be honest, they're not being honest. Let's continue to uncover the truth behind the masks. Because those who master their emotions will never be mastered by manipulation. They're performing. That's the truth beneath the surface. It's not remorse you're witnessing, it's damage control, and it only gets clearer. With the next question, question 4, can we just move on already? Ah yes, the classic rush to resolution. But pause for a moment. What's really being asked here? Is it peace thereafter? Or just permission to sidestep responsibility? The truth is, this question often appears when the manipulator has run out of stories to tell or justifications to offer. It's not a plea for healing, it's a plea for silence. Their unspoken message, let's forget this ever happened, without doing the hard work of repair. But Stoicism reminds us, reconciliation without truth is merely a lie wrapped in the illusion of peace. You can't move forward if the harm hasn't been named, the truth hasn't been faced, and the lesson hasn't been learned. It's like trying to build a home on a cracked foundation. Sooner or later, it will all collapse. As Seneca wisely put it, he who refuses to face guilt will forever wear the mask of innocence. So what do you do when you're met with this emotional shortcut? You stay rooted. You don't need to argue or attack. Simply respond, calmly and clearly, I'm not here to hold grudges. I'm here for truth. If we can't talk honestly, then we can't move forward. That's not harsh, that's integrity. Question 5. Are you really going to throw everything away over this? And here it is, the emotional nuke. The final card pulled from the manipulator's deck. It's theatrical, urgent, and designed to disarm you. They frame the situation as if you're the one destroying the relationship, all because you're standing up for yourself. But ask yourself, who's really at fault here? What they're really saying is, can you just ignore this so I don't have to change? This isn't love. It's a form of control disguised as desperation. They want you to feel guilty for protecting your boundaries, as if valuing your principles is somehow selfish. But here's the Stoic truth. If keeping someone in your life requires abandoning your values, the cost is far too high. Never confuse emotional pressure with emotional connection. And never let urgency mask manipulation. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, let not your mind become a slave to anything that lacks reason. Because liars don't only lie with words. Sometimes they lie with cleverly shaped questions designed to blur the line between right and wrong, to confuse your logic and shame your instinct. They aim not to deceive your ears, but to destabilize your sense of self. But when you meet these tactics with Stoic calm, when you see through the drama, remain grounded in reason, and refuse to surrender your clarity, you reclaim power. Not through confrontation, not through ego, but through unwavering self-control. Because here at Stoic True Wisdom, we don't just expose deception, we become immune to it. If this message brought you insight, subscribe. Because strength isn't found in controlling others, it's found in mastering yourself.